Nassif, who is Will Nassif's younger brother, and who was the other guy taking snaps?
Dylan
22.
Hardigan.
Dylan Hardigan. Both of them were taking snaps in practice before the game, so it'll be interesting to see who gets the start. Both of them they've thrown a little bit this season, but not much. So my guess is that they're just going to stick to the running game, because if they're going to find success, I think that's the only way they're going to be able to do it, because you have a couple inexperienced quarterbacks, you have your leading wide receivers out, and I think the only way they're gonna get the W tonight is if they stick to the ground.
And you know, as you've seen not last week, but last game that we covered, the run game was a big impact for Cary, and that's where they hit us the most.
You look at a lot of the teams in the Tri-9 and in the area that we've played this year are running teams. Garner, Fuquay, Cary, all running-based teams, and we beat Fuquay and Cary. We did lose to Garner, so it'll be interesting to see how we do against the run tonight. Here come the Middle Creek Mustangs doing their signature entrance through the smoke-filled tunnel. That's one of my favorite entrances in the area.
I love watching at the entrance.
It looks so cool.
And they come out to some Waka Flocka, makes them get them pumped up.
Got the pump up music going, and it's just we got a great atmosphere tonight, and just every Friday night here in Middle Creek. That's the great thing about high school football. You got everybody coming out to watch their friends and family play, and it's going to be a good night. You got home. It's the homecoming game for Middle Creek. Got Spirit Week. Everybody's pumped up. We had our pep rally today, and everybody's just hyped for this game.
We have a
Green Hope's got a chip on their shoulder somewhat, because they gotta get that conference win. They gotta get it at some point.
It would be a devastating loss for the Mustangs if we lost on our homecoming game. And Green Hope has come out here, and they're willing to do that tonight.
And the one thing Middle Creek can't do, even though you're playing, Green Hope doesn't have any conference wins, they can't get overconfident. That's what's going to kill you as a team when you play a team, especially a team like Green Hope that has something to prove, that really has, excuse me, they got something to prove. So if you take them, sorry, there's the smoke that we were just talking about is coming to the press box. But anyways. Oh, yeah, so you're playing a team like Green Hope that has a chip on their shoulder, got something to prove. You can't take them. You can never take a team like that too lightly. They got to win at some point.
And, Green Hope, I'm saying they're coming out here and they're running the ball, and they're hitting us hard with the run game.
Yeah, like we said, they had almost 260 yards last week against Fuquay. And if Hardigan's one of their leading running backs, he has 246 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground this season. And you got Marcus Williams for the Falcons. He has 201 yards, 3 TDs on the ground this season. So those are their 2 top rushers.
Yeah.
And so you look if Hardigan can run. So you wonder if they might pull out some tricks.
They might pull maybe a little wildcat offense.
Because at this point, I think you just gotta get creative if you're the Green Hope coaches.
Yep.
Maybe do some trick plays and stuff. Because at this point, you don't really have anything to lose. If you got a big play, got a chance to break a big play, you got to take that chance.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, dude.
Something Middle Creek needs to do better this game is, just try to protect the outside run like they didn't do very well in the Cary game.
And you know what? Daquan Stewart is actually not they're not playing. He's not playing this game because he hyperextended his knee. So Corey Wright is going to start in his position.
And that's a huge loss for the Mustangs not to have Daquan Stewart,
especially because at the Cary game he racked up 17 tackles.
Marquise Ward, who's a junior linebacker for the Mustangs, Daquan Stewart and Marquise Ward were our best. They played outstanding in the Cary game. So you take out Daquan, although we may not see many pass plays tonight, it's still a huge loss for the Mustangs because he played up to the line a lot.
He was,
like you said, he got a lot of tackles. He played up to the line a lot. He was like a fourth linebacker almost.
Pretty much.
Something else to keep an eye on. Number 6, Barakel White for the Mustangs is out tonight because he is out of town with
I believe he has a wedding to go
to. That's what it was.
Yeah, but that's 2 guys from our secondary that aren't here tonight. Barakel has played great this year. He has a couple interceptions. He played great against Fuquay. He was a vital role in Fuquay because he had an interception in the red zone when Fuquay was driving, and he played a vital part in just clamping down on everybody's pass offense that we've played against this year. So you got those two guys out for this game. It's a big loss for the Mustangs, but hopefully we'll be able to compensate. Corey Wright, one of our running backs, is filling in, so that'll be interesting to see how he does.
That'll be real interesting to see how it works out.
You see Will Nassif is out at midfield as a captain. He's on crutches, and it's just – actually, I take that back. That's Jacob Best. And he's another guy. He was hurt against Fuqua. He's yet another guy that has taken snaps for the Falcons this year, and it's just – they've just been struggling a little bit. I hate to see that as a team. Nobody deserves to be in that kind of position.
Never.
And something you don't see very often in high school sports. Number 87 for the Falcons, Jenna Meaner, is a girl kicker. That's something you don't see very often.
That's unusual in high school sports.
Yeah, very unusual.
So it'll be interesting to see how she does. I can't recall seeing a female player on the field, at least for our games here.
Nah, I've honestly, since my experience with high school, I've never seen a female kicker out on the field.
But best of luck to her. It'll be it's good for her seeing out there, playing with the boys.
Yeah.
As the clock is, the pregame clock's winding down, everybody's getting ready to kick off, getting ready for kickoff. Creek Crazies are getting pumped. Homecoming night, like we said, everybody's hyped from the pep rally. Looks like Green Hope is going to receive the kick and see how. I think the biggest question mark for both teams tonight is going to be Green Hope's offense and what they do, and how the coaches call the plays and.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be the most interesting storyline tonight.
And they do have their running back Dylan Hardigan back to receive the kick.
So he's just an all-purpose guy.
Pretty much, and that is needed.
Yeah, that's impressive. A guy who can return kicks, run the ball, throw the ball.
And Hardigan is a junior, so they will see him next year again.
Matt Millington, our senior kicker, is about to kick it off. Devin Clater is the other guy next to Hardigan, ready to receive the kick. Kick is off, and the game is underway tonight. Hardigan receives the get, takes it from the 5-yard line. He's going to blow past the Middle Creek defenders, but he's stopped at the 30-yard line. Great job of the coverage team not letting him break a big yard.
It looked like Rayshawn King on the tackle there.
He's been getting a lot of special teams play.
Yeah.
A lot on the coverage teams and stuff. Because we have such a deep backfield, he's not going to get play every down, so they're utilizing his athleticism on the special teams. And at quarterback, we have number 22, John Nassif, who's Will's younger brother, is going to take the first snap for the Falcons. Coming out in the spread formation, Nassif's in the shotgun. And somebody jumps. There's going to be flags. I think it was Middle Creek that jumped. So we're going to see what the flag is on the play, and mental error right from the beginning. And it's on Middle Creek. So right off the bat, you're giving them 1st and 5. And, again, if Green Hope is going to beat us tonight, it's going to be – part of it's going to be if we make mental errors. You can't do that against any team.
Yeah, and on a side note, it looks like Marcus Bullock is out there for Bearkill White. So
he's filling in at the cornerback slot as Nassif is in the shotgun. And the bobbles the snap. And he's going to fall on it at the 25-yard line. So it was a high snap, and he just did the smart thing and had to fall on it. So it's going to be second and 10.
And
back to where they started.
Yeah, that worked to Middle Creek's favor. Actually, 2nd and 15.
2nd and 15.
But that worked to Middle Creek's favor on that one. The mental mistake in the beginning, and now it was a high snap, so it was an offensive mistake right there.
Yeah, you can't. Bad snaps. Snaps are such a simple thing, but if you mess them up, it's gonna. You saw they just lost 10 yards on that play. It's gonna kill you. Nassif's in the shotgun, looking to pass complete to number 82, who's gonna get tackled immediately. That number 82 for Green Hope. That is Mitchell Chalker, and they're gonna get a couple yards on the play. 3rd and 12. With 11 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
And if we don't see the run game, I'm sure we're going to see a lot of screen passes.
Yeah, those safe passes, because Nassif does not have a lot of experience So the smart thing would do is just those short, high percentage passes. Third down, big play. I'm guessing a pass play right here. Gonna have to pass to get these yards. Takes the snap, looking for an open man, and he drops the ball. That's number 8. Is that 80? I think it's 82 again.
Yep.
It's Chalker, and he just, even if he had caught it, he would have been wrapped up in the backfield really quickly. It's just a great coverage by the Middle Creek defense. So the first series by the Falcons offense didn't get much, but Nassif has just got to get in the groove.
And I'm interested to see how their punt works out.
The punt is off, and it's almost blocked by Jimmy Boyd. Punter barely gets it off, and it's going to take a Middle Creek bounce, and it's going to be recovered at the Middle Creek 47-yard line. So the Mustangs are going to get the ball with decent field position, and you saw Jimmy Boyd break into the backfield and was feet away from making that block. Would have been a huge play.
Like I said, they have Ashburn, their big offensive lineman, out, so that could have been something that's needed is a big body in there to make the block. Yeah,
I mean, if you're going to be depleted at quarterback, the least you can do is have an experienced offensive line to protect him. But Salmon's going to have to run out of the pocket, and he's going to get a couple yards as he's run out of bounds. And he just did the smart thing. Nobody was open, so Salmon scrambled for about 5 yards on the play. And Salmon showed his legs. He's run for
quite a bit.
Yeah, he's run for almost half a dozen touchdowns this year. So he can not only can he throw the ball, but he also can scramble a little bit when he needs to.
Yeah.
He's going to take the snap, handoff up the middle to Devon Johnson. He's going to break a big gain, and he is all the way down to past the 20-yard line. Looks about the 18. And second play by the Mustang offense, Devon Johnson's going to break a huge gain.
And Devon Johnson, he made a huge impact last year, and he's making a big impact this year as well.
The tandem of Johnson and Nayland Lopez in the backfield is one of the best in the Tri-9, next to Fuquay's tandem of Ricky Ferguson. As Devon Johnson is going to take it up the middle for a couple yards. But go ahead. And,
Garner also has that run game,
Mm-hmm.
very big. Juwan Moyd, Demetrius McFairley.
They have an incredible running game. Garner is 7-0 this season. They're the top team in the area.
Yep.
They're top 10 in the state. And they're just having an outstanding season this year. Salmon's in the shotgun, hands it off to Nayland Lopez, who's going to get stuffed in the backfield by number 10, Terry Whitehead for the Falcons. So Lopez was going nowhere. And, you see a lot of good running attacks in the Tri-9. You have Carey, who has DeAndre Henry and Sherrod Cooper. You got the tandems. I think that's the way everybody's doing. You got Sherrod Cooper and Henry over there.
As long as you have two, you don't want one single back.
Salmon's going to take the snap, looking for an open man. He's going to hit John Moore in the end zone, and it is a touchdown. So right away, about 5 or 6 plays, the Mustangs go 50 yards, and they're going to score with 8 minutes and 46 seconds to go in the first quarter, and we're already on the board.
This is John Moore's second touchdown on the season.
And, I think you hit it on the head earlier. That's the reason why he doesn't have many touchdowns, if you want to elaborate on that.
They double team him.
Yeah, they double cover him. And you see that we saw against Carey, he made up at least 1 or 2 catches against when he was triple covered.
Triple covered. So it's a hard thing to be double covered, but when you're triple covered and you're still making catches, you're honestly, in my opinion, I would be double covering Kevin Jones because he is so fast.
No
He's got 9 touchdowns on the season.
Because they do it. And by the way, Chris Hugh missed the extra point, so Mustangs are still leading 6-0. And you're right, but I think the thing about Kevin Jones is he's hit on a lot of the short screen passes, the short passes
and
over the middle.
Not the short pass, it's that streak.
And he's just such a fast player. It's hard to cover him. He's been open so many times when he just blows past the defensive backs, and they can't catch up to the guy.
Yeah, the Mustangs have so many talented wide receivers. Kevin Jones, Curtis Burston, who's only a sophomore, who had 2 touchdowns against Carey 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he's been incredible. He's been one of our best receivers in the red zone. He's been one of Salmon's favorite targets when you get down in those short yardage. He's a big guy for a sophomore.
Yeah, he has 319 yards on the season with 5 touchdowns.
And we're going to go down to our sideline reporter, Taylor Ergel.
Mustang Stadium on this chilly night. This is our homecoming game, and the game, Coach Ray has already told the boys just keep playing hard, and obviously it's worked because we're already up 7-0. hopefully keep it up. Back to you.
Thank you, Taylor. Taylor Erg will be on the sidelines like usual, doing some sideline reporting. That's been a great addition to the sports block this year. As a Devin Clater took the ball up to the 21-yard line for Green Hope. And it'll be interesting to see, I think, John Nassif is still taking snaps at quarterback. It looks like coaches are going to stick with him for a while in the shotgun formation. Takes the snap, hands it off to, I think it's number 21, Demario Williams, the junior, and he's going to get stuffed. Gets maybe a yard on the play.
And one thing I noticed on that play, once the center snaps the ball, he dives forward.
Yeah. You see what they do before the play where they all go down in unison?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the quarterback throws his hand down, and then they all go down.
They're doing some funky stuff.
I mean, you can kind of compare their offensive line to the Jets. Without their strong center, they were kind of depleted on the offensive line.
Yeah, that is true.
And they're running the spread tonight, like what Middle Creek runs. Quarterback in the shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff, looking for an open man. Hits the screen pass, but he hits it's number 5, I believe. That's going to be Dylan Hardigan, the all-around player. He's stopped in the backfield. They're going to lose yards in the play, but we've seen Dylan Hardigan. He's returned to kick. He's caught a pass now. We know he can throw. We know he can run. So he's just an all-around player for the Falcons. And I think the coaches think he's more valuable in the wide receiver slot than, I guess, taking snaps at quarterback.
And one player I don't see out on the field for the Middle Creek defense is Byron Lahart.
If you see him, see if you can find him on the sidelines. We'll come back to him in a minute. And the shotgun is going to take the snap. He's looking for number 5. That was Hardigan again. Hardigan was the intended receiver over the middle, but it just bounced off his hands and they couldn't complete the pass. So it's going to bring up 4th and 11. Punting unit's going to come out in the field. So, 2 3-and-outs right off the bat. Falcons, not a good start.
They need to hit the short passes, the run game. The offensive line obviously needs to, man up and hold the defensive line because Middle Creek does have a great defensive line.
They do. Jimmy Boyd's looking for another block, but he is blocked well as the punt is short, and it's barely going to get to midfield as a great coverage.
And, the Middle Creek special teams, they've been working a lot in practice, and, they're getting back there fast now. They're getting back there fast.
And the way the defense is playing, they're pinning the punter back in his own 20, in his own 10. So if they do get to the punt and they block one of those punts deep in their own territory, that's going to result in a touchdown or excellent field position as the Mustang offense comes out in the field. Hand off to Lopez, who goes out to the outside, jukes one defender out. He's going to break a gain of about 8 or 9. He's still going, and he drags some Falcon defenders out of bounds as it looks he may have gotten the first down. He was very close, but he ran it to the outside. We saw that against Cary. They burned us on the outside.
Yeah, well, DeAndre Henry, he had, 600 yards rushing on the season so far.
I mean, he's, again, great talent in the backfield in the Tri-9. Got Carlton Bridges and Ferguson also over at Fuquay. Great tandem.
Yeah.
As going to come out, Salmon's going to come out in the shotgun, looking to the sideline to get a new play because, they run the no huddle. We talked about that. It's a tough offense to run. It takes a lot of mental concentration. It takes a lot of good memory by the quarterback and by the offense. So he's going to roll out an option, and Lopez is going to fumble the pitch, and it looks like it's Green Hope ball.
Yeah.
And it is Green Hope ball after the poorly executed option. And, it was just Nayland fumbled that.
The option is a play you really don't see in high school. I haven't seen an option.
Yeah, I think Fuquay ran it a couple times against us. But we saw the Mustangs run the option a few times when we played Fuquay. They switched it up a little bit, but that time it just did not work for it. And we have our first turnover of the game with 6:44 left to go in the first quarter. Nassif's just going to come back out in the shotgun for the Falcons. Handoff up the middle, and that's number 21, Demario Williams again. And like you said, Anthony, I think the key for the Falcons, you just got to hit those short passes.
Yep.
I think that's the only way they're going to get significant. That's the only way they're going to be able to move down the field. Nassif's got to get in a rhythm with his wide receivers, and if they do manage to get in a rhythm, they can really move the ball and they can do some damage. But they just got to.
I mean, obviously it's hard that their starting quarterback is out, and the short passes is the best for an offense that is hurting like this.
No doubt. Coming out in the shotgun yet again. Nassif's going to hand it off up the middle. It's number 3, Nicky Newsom for the Falcons, and he's stuffed again. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Falcons. And
that was Marcus Williams on the carry.
That was Marcus Williams, excuse me. The Green Hope offense is struggling a little bit right now, and they got to get something going.
It looks like Williams is limping.
But going back to something we said earlier, number 23, Byron Lahart, is suited up on the sideline, and that's something good to see on the defense because of the injury that he had 2 weeks ago at carry.
And he is a safety, so I'm wondering why he's not in right now.
And we'll come back to Byron in a second as Nassif takes the snap, looking to pass, and he is going to have a lot of time, but flag is on the field, and it looks like
pass interference on the offense.
Yeah, he was just. Actually, was it on the offense?
Yeah, he wasn't even looking for the receiver wasn't even looking for the ball. He was going after number 22, Marcus Bullock.
And Nassif was just trying to force the throw. He was just trying to force the throw because Middle Creek was just they were not all over in like the sense they were interfering, but like just coverage was excellent on that play, and Nassif had nowhere to throw the ball.
And it looks like it was a penalty on Middle Creek. I'm sorry.
So it is going to be defensive pass interference. And that's going to be a long penalty, bringing the Falcons onto the Middle Creek side of the field. 5 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Middle Creek up 6-0. And Green Hope has their first down of the night on a penalty by Middle Creek. So they're down in Middle Creek territory. Maybe they can get something going here.
It seems to me that Green Hope has had more possession on this game than the Mustangs have.
Yeah, because the Mustangs were able to score pretty quickly as Nassif throws another incomplete pass. It was intended for number 82. That's Mitchell Chalker again, excuse me. Chalker, I think that's how you pronounce it. I apologize to Mitchell if I mispronounce his name. 5 minutes, 5:06 left to go in the first quarter. And 2nd and 10 after following the incomplete pass by Nassif.
And one thing Nassif has to do is he's overthrowing. So obviously he's got a powerful arm.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for him as an inexperienced quarterback to complete those deep throws. He's going to stick to the safer routes. That's the way to go for him. Got number 9, Marcus Williams in the backfield for the Falcons. Single wideouts left and right. Handoff. It's going to be quarterback keeper up the middle. And he's going to get 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 6. So, Green Hope's moving the ball a little bit, but unless they got to pick up the first down here. I mean, and this is crucial for them.
One thing for the offensive line, they need to block, because I've seen Michael Heggie back in number 82. Michael Heggie back in the backfield actually every drive every play this drive.
And sooner or later he's going to get to the quarterback,
and that's something you don't want because you will lose major yards.
And these quarterbacks can't take a bunch of hits because you're already so depleted with injuries. You can't afford to have another guy get injured. As somebody jumped. May have been the Mustangs as Laundrie's flying out in the field.
It looks like Josh Banks jumped.
So it's going to make it 3rd and short if it's on Middle Creek.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 1.
And it is encroachment on the Mustangs. So 3rd and 1. So,
3rd and 2, I'm sorry.
Excuse us. And, Green Hope's got to convert here. Short yardage they got to pick up here. Keep the drive alive because it's crucial. They're not down by much. They can still get into the game, and they can't let it get out of hand. Nassif takes the snap, and there's more flags on the play. Or I don't see any flags. Just whistles all over the place. Excuse me. referees are going to
Consult.
False start on Green Hope, so that's going to
Okay.
move them right back.
All right, so you know what, it worked out in tune for Middle Creek.
It seems like every time Middle Creek makes a mental error,
Something
Green Hope just
yeah.
negates it again and
Comes
just takes back
Mhm.
those yards.
Just a lot of mental errors by both teams at the start of this game.
That's going to kill them, you know, especially Green Hope, who is definitely the underdog in this game. You know, they can't afford to make mental errors.
No, they need to push the ball is what they need to do.
It's like we saw in the Cary game. So many mental errors in that game.
So big third down for the Falcons. 3rd and 6 again after a handful of penalties. Nassif in the shotgun. He's going to run the option up the middle, and he's going to get 1 or 2 yards. I'm not sure.
Maybe it looked like he only got 1.
Yeah, I don't really know what the coach was trying to get on that play. Honestly, I mean, that was a play that didn't really lend itself to success because with such a fast defense like Middle Creek, I don't think an option when you need to pick up 6 or 7 yards is going to work. So their punting unit is going to come out. John Moore is back around the 13-yard line to receive it. And it's going to be a fake punt. A little jump pass is intended. Was that intended for Williams?
Yes, it was from
So,
Marcus Williams.
The punter did a little jump pass. It's going to be number 81. And that's Arliss Jonathan was the
And
punter on that
John
play.
Olson was on the coverage on that one.
So, you know, I think, Anthony, you've wanted to see a trick play by somebody. Like
And
on
I finally
punts.
seen what I wanted.
And, you know, I like to see that, you know. It was 4th, and it wasn't that long. I think it was a good call by the Green Hope, even though they didn't get it. And it's going to be a screen pass out to Johnson, and he's going to lose about 5 yards on the play. So excellent job by the Falcons defense to get him in the backfield for a loss. 2:56 left to go in the first quarter. Mustangs still lead 6-0, and we've got a good game on our hands tonight.
It's a very interesting, you know, first quarter of the game with all the penalties we've seen. You know, you really don't see much mental mistakes by the Mustangs.
And it's early on, too, for both
Very
teams.
early.
And, you know, it's just something that they're going to have to work on.
Yeah, handoff up the middle to Johnson, who avoids, and he breaks a tackle. And Green Hope got into the backfield right away on that play, but he was just, he slid up the middle, broke a tackle, and got 4 or 5 yards on the play. So it's going to bring up 3rd and about 9.
Johnson's such a powerful back that
He is.
he can carry 4 or 5 defenders on his back and still be running.
He's got 5 touchdowns on the season because he's the guy that Salmon likes to hand it off to in the red zone and stuff.
He's
He's that powerful back.
He honestly, he reminds me of, you know, like a, excuse me. We'll come back to that.
All right, Salmon takes a snap, looks for the short pass to Curtis Burson, and it was just way overthrown on that play.
I would have liked to see what they did in the Cary game, the first play of the game, where they threw the slant to Kevin Jones, number 1 on that, and then they just got the score off that in the first play.
And that was, yeah, so that was just, Salmon just overthrew Burson on that short screen pass, and it's going to bring up 4th down as Millington comes out to take the punt, and back to receive. It's number 82, Chalker, and it's a low snap, but Millington recovers and just gets it off, and it's going to be a flag, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Mustangs, I believe, because they just clobbered Millington in the backfield. And that's just, again, mental errors. You can't touch the punter.
No, just like you can't touch the punt returner, you can't touch the punter.
And Middle Creek offense is going to come back out onto the field.
Well, you know, that's a mistake you don't want to see is, you know, you don't want to hit the punter. You don't want to hit the punt returner.
Yeah,
You don't want to touch the kickers.
And there's a reason for that, because a couple of years ago in the playoffs against Harnett Central, I remember Matt Frangello got just laid out. He was playing punter. He just got laid out and broke his collarbone in a playoff game. You know, it just goes to show how can't think of the word, how vulnerable they are back there. Excuse me, and handoff to the outside.
Rayshawn King.
That was Ray. Ray took the handoff to the outside and gets about 4 or 5 yards on the play.
And it's mistakes like that, that Green Hope just made, that can cost you the game in the end, in the long run.
And got Lopez and King are both in the backfield flanking Salmon.
And they just pulled John Moore and Kevin Jones.
Yeah, so you got some of the other wide receivers that don't see much playing time in there. And Nayland trying to bump it to the outside. He's going to break a big run, and he's to the 20. He breaks a tackle, and he is down to the 10 or 11-yard line. And huge gain by Nayland Lopez.
And Nayland made his debut last year on varsity.
As a sophomore.
And even for JV, I remember going to one of the games, and he broke like a 98-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, he's a special kid. When he does well, I mean, he is just...
You can't stop him.
And still have Lopez and King flanking Salmon. Handoff to King up the middle, and he's going to power his way down to the 6 or 7 yard line for the Mustangs, making it 2nd and short. And Middle Creek is looking solid on this drive, just moving the ball systematically down the field. And they had the offense off the field, but just a mental error by the Green Hope special teams running into Matt Millington, the Middle Creek punter, so that brought him back onto the field.
And maybe that's what they needed for Middle Creek to get back in this game.
Corey Wright, who we mentioned is going to fill in a little bit at safety, he took the handoff. And he's the 4th guy to take a handoff tonight. So already we have 4 of our running backs taking a snap.
And if you think about it, Middle Creek has 4 running backs.
Yeah, 4 running backs that really touch the ball a lot as time winds down in the first quarter. And it is a touchdown. Number 32, Corey Wright, gets the touchdown run. As time expires in the first quarter, Middle Creek goes up 12-0, pending the extra point by Chris Huey. So, again, a great drive by the Mustangs.
Definitely. And, this is Corey Wright's 2nd touchdown on the season. So, he made a big impact coming in this year.
And he transferred from Apex this year. He wasn't at Middle Creek last year, but he's come in and he's just fit right into the Middle Creek offenses. The kick is up and it is good. So Middle Creek at the beginning of the second quarter, right? Middle Creek goes up 13-0 over Green Hope, and great drive. And you talk about Corey Wright at the Panther Creek game last week. Mustangs lost 16-12, but Corey Wright impressed me. He had a couple of big runs. He played really well in that game.
That's what we need. We need everybody to play well. That's how you're going to win games. And it looks to me as of tonight, everybody's showing up to play.
And on that drive, Salmon only threw a handful of passes, but the thing that carried us on that drive was our running game, just spreading the ball to Rayshawn King, Corey Wright, Nayland Lopez, and Devon Johnson. All 4 of those guys, they just spread the ball around. And it worked extremely well on that drive, obviously, being able to go down, get 6 points. And Middle Creek continues to build their lead up as we get ready for kickoff.
And you know what? Not seeing Salmon throw a lot of passes on that drive is interesting because he does have over 1,500 yards passing on the season.
He's come in his first year playing varsity. He's come in and been solid back there, replacing Garrett Latham, who I believe
is now at State.
Yeah, he was
a walk-on at State.
One of the few Middle Creek seniors last year to go on and play at the Division I level, so always exciting to see a Middle Creek alumni playing at the next level. As Hardigan takes the kickoff and returns it, breaks a couple tackles and makes it out to the 26-yard line. 11:53 to go here as the Falcons, you mentioned Falcons offense has been out quite a lot, but they haven't been able to do much with the ball because Middle Creek's been scoring, and they've been scoring very quickly. And something I'm interested to see is if Sal Salvarez, the backup quarterback for Middle Creek, if he's going to get some playing time tonight, depending on how the game goes for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that's I haven't seen Sal out at all this season.
He's only gotten a handful of snaps.
And, it'd be something, it's a senior year. I'd love to see him get some playing time.
Yeah, most definitely. and there are flags all over the place.
Some more costly errors and just mental errors by Green Hope.
Nobody was in their stance, but it was on Green Hope. I don't know what it was for. The clock hadn't run out. 12 men on the field. That would be it. So having an extra, again, just having too many guys on the field.
And that's a mental mistake right there.
And that's going to be 1st and 15, you know. They're just killing themselves. They can't. So they just got to bounce back, you know. They got to catch a break at some point.
That's something you can't. You're down by 13. You need to step it up and kind of think, we need to get this done.
As Hardigan is now in the shotgun, taking snaps at quarterback, fake handoff, quarterback sneak up the middle, and he's getting maybe a yard. So we see them trying to exploit Hardigan's athleticism at quarterback, and I don't think that they're going to go. I mean, Middle Creek was showing blitz right away, and an experienced quarterback would be able to audible out of that. But you're looking at guys that don't have a lot of experience playing varsity, and they're gonna struggle. I think Middle Creek's gonna blitz quite often, and it's gonna be effective when they do so, because these quarterbacks for Green Hope, they're not bad. They just lack the experience to be able to audible out and change the play.
And one quarterback we haven't seen tonight was Jacob Best, and
he was injured against Fuquay.
He was.
He was. I don't know what the injury was, but we saw him on crutches. So
that's right. That was him on crutches.
That was him on crutches. So, but he's yet another quarterback to take a snap or two. Believe. What are his stats for this season?
Who? Hardigan?
No, Best.
Best. He's 23 for 10 with 98 yards. He doesn't play receiver or running back.
I think he was just one of their third string guy, second or third string.
He's
guy.
a defensive back as well.
He's a defensive back. Yeah. So again, just another guy that's taking some snaps who's out tonight. And on that last play, Hardigan tried to take it outside to the middle. He's going to take it again. So 3 straight quarterback keepers, and they went nowhere. That was Green Hope's least productive drive right there. They're going to be pinned. Their punter's going to be pinned deep in his own territory. And you saw, the quarterback sneaks just did not work.
No, that's something, Hardigan does have 246 yards rushing this season, but you need your offensive line to block in order for something to be productive and work. And it looks to me that Mike Perry, number 64, he's getting into it with Jimmy Boyd a little bit.
And Jimmy Boyd is not a guy I would like to get into.
No, definitely
not at all.
He's a tough guy. As the punt goes out at the Middle Creek 49-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10. 9:36 left to go in the half. Middle Creek leading 13-0. And I think that last drive by Green Hope is going to be a good learning experience, because they're just the way things are going. If they go the way they've been going, they're not going to be able to run the ball well against Middle Creek.
Nope.
The defense is too fast, and the defensive line is overwhelming their offensive line.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have Josh Banks, who's going to Wake Forest. We have Darius Wilkins, who is an amazing player. He's getting scholarships around. Dejan Montague and Mike Heggie.
And it's going to be a screen pass to Kevin Jones, and he's going to take it, and there's a flag on the play. 5-yard gain by Kevin Jones. I didn't see what the flag was.
I think it was a block in the back on Devon Johnson.
Yeah, it looked like in the place of where an offensive foul would be. The umpire is about to give us the call in a second. But you saw going to those screen passes to Kevin Jones.
Really helps out.
That's his bread and butter. And you were exactly right, blocking the back. And that's going to push the Mustangs back. And it's going to negate the short gain by Kevin Jones. 9:27 to go. It looks like it's going to be 1st and 15.
The short passes and the long passes to Kevin Jones are the most effective. If you look at it, when we came into the first play at the carry game, Kevin Jones took the ball, about 60 yards for a touchdown?
Yeah, first play of the game.
Slant.
You come out with a 5-receiver spread, and you don't have enough defensive backs out there to double team somebody, which is good for the offense.
But every single one of the guys, like the whole receiving core for Middle Creek, is solid.
Yes.
Handoff to Devon Johnson up the middle for a 2 or 3 yard gain. So 1st and 20, and it's going to bring the ball up a few yards and narrow that gap, but Middle Creek's got a long way to go before they move those chains.
Yeah. And it seems to me what's going to happen is we're going deep with this play.
And Salmon, that's the one thing Salmon struggled with this season, is going deep. So it'll be interesting to see if he's able to dial it in this game. He's looking for the pass. He's just overwhelmed, and he's sacked for a big loss. It's going to make it about 3rd and 20 again.
But you know what? As I just witnessed on that play, there was a lot of Middle Creek offensive linemen that, they just got ran over.
Yeah.
I've seen 2 of them on their backs. One of them was just standing there watching the play. What the offensive line needs to do is they need to get down. They need to hold the defensive line in there so Salmon has time to throw the ball.
May have been a little miscommunication on that play for the offensive line. So 3rd and a mile here. You got 20 yards to go before the first down. Salmon's trying to get the play from the sideline. Jones out right, trips left. Devon Johnson in the backfield looking to pass. And he's going to go deep to Curtis Burston. And, we talk about Salmon struggling on those long passes. He just threw it out of Burston's grasp. And number 24,
Anthony Lawson.
It went in and out of his hands. He should have had that interception. 8:02 to play here, 4th and 20 for the Mustangs. Matt Millington coming out to punt. And even if they do run into the punter on this play, Mustangs are so far back that it's not going to give them a first down.
But one thing, Salmon has struggled also with the interceptions. He's got 9 on the season.
But, it's first year playing varsity, so it just comes with the territory. Low kick by Millington, and it's going to take a Middle Creek bounce, and it's recovered by number 82, Chalker at the 14-yard line. He's going to bring it out to about the 30. So another series for Green Hope. They got to get something going. They're down by 13. 8 minutes, just under 8 minutes left to go in the first half. And they can't get behind anymore. Go ahead.
This Middle Creek defensive line, played so much better than the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks they just gave up so many rushing yards to DeAndre Henry and the other carry running backs. I like to see them, get better in this game than last game.
And they have gotten better in this game. They haven't allowed more than probably 20 yards rushing this season. So
done a good job in this game right here.
And John Nassif is back in the shotgun for the Falcons. He's going to throw, and it's incomplete. Pass broken up by Marquise Ward, intended for number 6, Shannon Patel. And Marquise Ward, Marquise Ward and Daquan Stewart were the most dominant players on the Middle Creek defense against Cary, and Ward showing his ability to defend the pass right there.
Yeah, and Marquise Ward, he's an all-around player. He's a junior, big body out there. He's tall. He really can break up the play. And it looks like we got Matt Pierce out there right now.
Yeah, he's out there playing the safety slot. Run up the middle for about 5 yards. Looked like number 20, Adam Parent. That's number 21, Demario Williams.
Okay.
So in positive yards, it's going to be 3rd and 5 after the decent run by Williams.
And I'm interested to see what type of play they're going to do. I mean, they've resorted to the run on 3rd down. You haven't seen many passes, and this is something that you need to pass on because you're taking a chance running the ball on 3rd and 5.
We'll see how it plays out as Nassif in the shotgun looking to pass, short screen pass, and it's going to go. It's number 30, Tyler Baddock, and he's going to get the first down and then some. So fresh set of downs for Green Hope. That's their first first down
by
that
themselves.
that they've earned. That's not on penalties this game. So they're finally getting something going here tonight.
And this could result in them scoring. So
we'll just have to see. Williams in the backfield, Nassif in the shotgun.
It's going to be another pass.
Yeah, another screen pass, and it was intended
for number 5, Dylan Hardigan.
Hardigan yet again, but he was just overthrown. Nassif put too much on it, and it's going to kill him on those screen passes. When the ones that they've missed, he's just put way too much on the ball, and the receiver hasn't been able to catch it. With 6 6:42 left to go here in the first half. Middle Creek still leading 13-0, but Green Hope is driving right now, 2nd and 10, and looking to capitalize on this drive right here. They got a score going before halftime.
And
Go ahead.
And Byron Lahart just entered the game. Was that the first time that he entered the game?
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen him. And, he is a big asset to this defensive backcourt. He cracks heads out there, as they say. As they say. He's a game changer.
Yeah, that's yet again another crucial part of the Middle Creek defense. So we saw a 9-yard run by Williams.
I think that's the longest run that Green Hope's had in this game. Was about
maybe the longest. No, that pass was the longest play from scrimmage. But yeah, I think that was the longest run right there. So they're getting in the groove here. Mustangs are gonna have to dial it in.
They need to get in there, break up some plays. That's what we needed.
Handoff up the middle to Williams again, but he's stuffed for a loss. It's gonna bring up 4th and about 4.
And that was by Josh Banks. And like I said, he's committed to Wake Forest. So obviously he is something you need to block with 3 people because he's a big guy. I mean, I stand next to him and he's got 3 feet on me.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
I have to look up to talk to him.
And the punting unit comes out in the field, but we saw a fake punt a few minutes ago. 4th and short, you would imagine, and it's direct snap to the running back, and he's gonna get. It's gonna be close.
It's short.
And look at that. At carry, I was calling everything fake. I haven't called the fake yet here, and look what they're doing.
What Green Hope, I think believe the official call is that I think they're debating a little bit. Depends on the spot by the ref. It's going to be close. They're gonna measure.
Let's get a measurement going here.
And from where I sit on the field, it looks like it. I'm not in a position to.
It looks like
really
it's
tell.
inches, to be honest with you.
It's going to be very, very close.
It's a hard call, especially from being right here.
Mm-hmm.
Being up here, we have perfect view at the 50-yard line.
And it's short. It's short by a couple inches.
Which helps us out big time.
So they almost get it on the direct snap, but I think I don't fault them for trying. That was a great call by the special teams coach because they came within inches of getting it, and not the only way, but the way they're going to swing that Green Hope's going to swing the momentum in their favor is getting those trick plays and switching things up a little bit.
And I feel like Middle Creek's going to go deep on this one.
Salmon in the shotgun, hands it off to Devon Johnson, who tries to break it around the middle, and is going to just steamroll.
Number 81.
That's 81 for Green Hope.
That's Arliss Jonathan.
He's going to steamroll.
He literally knocked
defender.
him over.
4:58.
And like I said, Johnson, he's a big guy.
He is. He'll run you over.
If he was running at me, I'd get down.
Dual wideouts, right and left. Salmon takes the snap, looking for an open man. He's got Curtis Burston wide open for the screen pass. Who's going to get the first down and take it out to the 40-yard line. 4:37 to go here. Middle Creek leading 13-0 here. Only a couple minutes left in the first half.
And, Burston, he's also a big guy. He's the one that we seen in carry. He was carrying people on his back.
And he's only a sophomore.
So that means he's got room to grow.
No doubt.
And I'm interested to see how it's going to look next year.
Johnson takes the handoff to the outside. He's going to break a run. He's going to get about 5 yards in the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs. Just moving the ball systematically down the field with a good mix of run and pass plays. We've only seen the Mustangs go deep once in this whole first half right now, and it was a couple times, but they haven't really hit anything big. They're sticking with the short, conservative plays. Nalen takes it up the middle, tries to spin away, but he's just gobbled up by about 3 or 4 Green Hope defenders. It's a great job defending the run by Green Hope on that play.
And that's something they need to do because Middle Creek has an effective running game.
And because if you stop, the way Middle Creek's offense runs is you got an effective running game, you got an effective passing game. You shut down one of them, makes it hard because you gotta focus. Like if you shut down the running game, you gotta focus all on the passing game. And that if Green Hope can do that and key in on guys like Nayland and Devon, they'll win that battle on defense. As pass complete to Kevin Jones, and he's going to get the first down. If not, he's going to be very, very close. The short pass.
It doesn't look like he got it from up here, but then again, it's not our judgment.
And he's going to move the chains. Another Middle Creek first down. 3:22 left to go in the first half. Middle Creek driving, looking to score on this drive.
And you know what? One thing I'm kind of worried about, the Creek Crazies are not loud at all tonight.
No.
And you know what? When the Creek Crazies are loud, the team is hyped.
They're that 12th man.
There's a huge student section tonight. It's bigger than 2 weeks ago.
And Salmon's going to quarterback keeper, fake handoff to Nayland Lopez, and he's going to take it up the middle, and he's going to get 8 or 9 yards on that play. So we talk about Salmon having some legs. He ran it right up the gut on that play, and I don't think Green Hope was expecting that because he got a pretty good game on that.
Salmon reminds me of a white Michael Vick, might I say.
I think that's a bit of a stretch.
Maybe not as fast, but he sure enough is a great asset with the run and pass game.
No doubt. Salmon drops back to pass. Pass over the middle, complete. Oh, almost complete.
James Peterkin,
and just good defense by, I believe that was number 10.
Terry Whitehead.
So good defense by Whitehead to break up the pass. It's going to bring up 3rd and short.
We have all the backup receivers in right now.
Except Burston's, no, never mind, that's Jeff Sladek. But we have Rayshawn King in the backfield. And like you said, Crocker's put in all the backup wide receivers. You got Demetrius Wilkins, James Peterkin, Jeff Sladek.
Gabe Cooper.
And Rayshawn King's going to get the handoff, spins out of the way, breaks a tackle, and he's going to get down to the 10-yard line with 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. And great run by Rayshawn King.
And you seen Marcus Williams dove in there right off the bat, and
almost got him.
Ray he's agile enough that he just jumped right over him and took off.
And you see the starting wide receivers are back into the game. Timeout by Green Hope with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the first half. Middle Creek still leading 13-0. There hasn't been any scoring in the past few minutes after.
No.
I mean, Middle Creek was able to really make a few quick strikes down the field. You know, drive down, and they have a good drive going down here, but it's stalled a little bit.
And one thing Middle Creek's going to be doing a lot is they're going to run the ball.
Yeah, most definitely. They've got a comfortable lead going into halftime. They've got a good enough running game to be able to score just by running the ball.
I want to see. I'm really interested to see if Crocker is going to put Sal in at least the fourth quarter.
We'll have to see how that plays out in the second half.
And, Salmon, he's done an amazing job coming into this game.
Yeah, he's done a great job filling in. You had the huge void left by Garrett Latham leaving for state after he graduated last season.
And also, Britt Cherry, linebacker, and Jimmy Boyd has filled that void, most likely.
So down in the 10-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Pass over the middle, complete to Quentin Ray, and it's a touchdown. Touchdown, Middle Creek.
And that's Quentin Ray's.
2:14 to go in the first half. It's a touchdown.
And that's Quentin Ray's first touchdown on the season.
So, again, solid work by the Mustangs driving down the field and extending their lead. 19-0 as Chris Huey comes out for the kick for the Mustangs. So great drive right there.
Yeah, and Quentin Ray, he's a great quarterback as it is. So. Not quarterback, I'm sorry, wide receiver as it is. Yeah. And for him to catch that ball.
And flag on Green Hope. They jumped the gun a little bit there. So it's just going to make it, excuse me, that was on Middle Creek. So it's going to make it a little bit longer for Chris Huey. And he's 1 for 2 tonight on extra points. So we'll see here if this 5 yards is going to make a difference.
And I'm thinking I haven't seen the girl kicker out there for Green Hope.
Because they haven't scored.
But what about, kickoffs? She hasn't been out there.
They haven't kicked off.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Because they got the ball at the beginning of the half, and then they haven't scored yet. So it It is
He
no
missed
good. So Middle Creek is still sitting at 19-0 here, leading with 2:14 to go here in the first half. Green Hope is down now by 19 points. They got to get something going on offense. I thought they were going to score on that last drive, but
Yeah.
they just couldn't pull it out.
No, and you know what? It all came down to that Middle Creek defensive line. The defensive line is what stopped that play.
They were solid.
They've been excellent this game. It's just completely different than what we saw 2 weeks ago. I mean,
And last week.
and last week, I mean, they were just letting everything run by them with,
So
the combination running backs from Cary and Panther Creek.
I'd like to get PJ's opinion. What do you think is going to be the key for Green Hope going into the second half for both offense and defense? What do they have to do?
I think they need to get their passing game going now. I mean, they haven't been passing the ball very well or running it very well. So we got to see what they're going to do there. And defense, they just got to stop the running game. I mean, if they can stop the running game, it doesn't seem like we're passing very well. So, I mean, if they stop the running game, then they should be good.
And it looks to be that the Creek Crazies are finally loud.
They've been getting in and out of it sporadically as Millington gets ready for the kickoff. And it's a short kick, and they're going to let it go out of – and it's going to – they let it go out of bounds. I thought it was going to stay. But, that's a penalty, and that's going to bring it way back. Because on kickoffs, you can't kick it out of bounds. Otherwise, you get a big penalty for that.
And you know what? There's something going on with the kickers. We're missing the
Extra points.
the extra points, and now we're kicking it out of bounds. Maybe it's the weather.
Yeah, it's
a little
nice
chilly.
weather.
It's a little chilly out tonight.
I like this fall weather.
I do love this weather, though.
For all our viewers out there, if you notice at the bottom of your screen, you have now some Tri-9 score updates going for you as we getting better and better here at the Sports Block. Just continue to bring you everything here. We got some Tri-9 updates for you so you can keep track of what's going on around the league. So there's a penalty on the play. No, there was not. It looked like there's a penalty. So it's going to be Green Hope take the snap. And they just took the handoff, and it was nothing doing. Excuse me. I got lost for a second. I apologize. So it's going to be 2nd and 11 there after the stuffed run. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. And once halftime rolls around, we'll have all our homecoming festivities and see our marching band perform. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. This is my favorite week of school. Is a Spirit Week.
Yeah, everybody gets hyped up. Everybody's really into it. And it's just an all-around just positive vibe. Everybody's really into it. Minute 35 left to go here. And it's going to be Nassif still in the backfield at quarterback.
Another penalty.
More jumping by one of the lines. And false start on Green Hope. So it's going to be 2nd and 15 here for the Falcons. And with a minute and a half to go here, they got a long ways to go before they could score before halftime. But it can be done. I would think they should at least try some shots downfield. They haven't really taken any shots downfield. And that's the only way they're going to be able to score. Playing conservative is not working for them very well right now. So they're going to have to go deep, try and get a home run,
and it's not going to hurt them going long. I mean, the most that's going to happen is an interception,
which is bad.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what? It's worth the shot because your run game's not working out too well. So
big gain, and it's a high snap, and Nassif is going to fall on it. That's the second high snap that Nassif has had to deal with. So it's going to make it 3rd and probably about 25 now.
Yeah, just about. The ball's down at the 20.
It's just all those injuries to the offensive line. It's just killing them.
Now, I don't know if their center's new or what, but it looks like there's a timeout called.
Yeah, it's going to be a timeout by Green Hope. So they're gonna regroup a little bit. 3rd and 24 here. Minute to go. So, they've got the ball on the 20 at their own 20-yard line. They got to drive down. They got a ways to go here. Yeah. So, again.
They honestly, in my opinion, they need to get the long ball.
They got to get it going. There's no way else they're going to score.
Yeah.
You're down 19 points. You got to get some points on the board before halftime.
I mean, even a field goal would help out.
It just seems like their quarterback's not very confident in his throw. I mean,
but then again, this is he's new to being quarterback.
So injuries to their quarterbacks.
Yeah, a lot of injuries going on, and what they need to do is they need to get their offensive line together first, because that's where all their problems are as of right now. they get the run game established, and then the pass game will definitely come as the game goes on.
And
so Green Hope's going to come out 3rd and 24 here. Minute to go. They got a long ways to go before they can score or be in scoring position. Nassif in the shotgun. Somebody jumped.
Somebody jumped again.
Offensive line.
Man, they're killing themselves.
The mental mistakes is the clock didn't even get to run.
Against, you're playing a good team like Meadow Creek. I mean, Green Hope would be. They might have some points on the board if it weren't for these mental errors that just keep putting them back
15, 20 yards. Now they're going to go back another 5. So that's going to make it 3rd and 29. And, if they run the ball on this play, then, I mean, either A, they're just trying to get their punter more room, or B, they're trying to get the first down, and it's just not going to work out.
I don't know what they're going to do on this play because, if you go for the deep ball against this solid Middle Creek secondary, you risk the interception. But, but you also have a chance of scoring, so we'll see what they do. Nassif still, and they're going to run the option and just giving their punter more room, like you said. Quarterback sneak up the middle. He's going to get 4 yards at best, but that was just a move to give their punter a cushion as time winds down. 47.6 seconds left to go here as Crocker calls a timeout. And just trying to – looks like he's going to try and get the ball back and score because it's going to be good position for the Mustangs. They're going to get it back around just past midfield. So we'll see what they do with it.
It looks like they're just trying to pack on some more points before halftime, trying to get their lead, a little bit more so they have a cushion and maybe put some more people in that haven't played a lot this season.
Yeah, if they get another touchdown, they're probably going to put their second string. Like we already seen their second string wideouts in on a couple of plays. So if Middle Creek scores again in this last 47 seconds, then my guess is Crocker's going to put a lot of the second team guys in and give them some playing time.
Yeah, and that'll be good for them. It'll get them more established in the game, and for those that are juniors, next year they'll probably be starting. So this will definitely get them more into the motion on the varsity football team.
And that's the best thing when you have backups who have experience in real games. It just adds depth to the roster.
And we have 2 people out to return the punt.
And they're doing some funky thing. Green Hope had their offense out, but then they switched it out at the last minute for their punter team.
I hope it's not a fake.
I don't know the point of that. No, it's not going to be. They're not going to fake it on 4th and 23. He gets it's a great punt. It's caught by Kevin Jones, who's going to return it from the 44-yard line, and he's going, and he's gone. He's gone. He's got the touchdown. Oh my gosh! And our offense didn't even have to get on the field for us to score.
Did you see that hit by Cameron White?
Laid him
Oh
out.
my God! I never seen somebody. It looked like the kid hit a brick wall. It reminded me of last year lacrosse. Was it last year's lacrosse or the year before?
He made a kid
when he made the kid bleed out of his ears.
I think it was a Green Hope player too.
It was.
They're just struggling against Cameron, man.
A skull-crushing hit.
I've never seen somebody get rocked like that in my life.
The thing about that return, Kevin wasn't even sprinting.
He was jogging.
He was literally jogging on that punt return.
If Kevin runs a 4.340, so if he was running, he would have scored probably about 25 seconds ago.
Yeah. So kick is up, and it's good. Mustangs are gonna go up 26-0 with 31 seconds to go here in the first half. So. And on that punt, you had John Moore going out in front of him. Great blocking.
John Moore, he hits hard and he's fast, so he can keep up with Kevin to get that protecting going on in the front. And, then again, Cameron White set up that block for everything to be perfect by hitting. He rocked that kid.
If we should send that to Sports Center tomorrow is what we should do.
I think so.
The top
Play of the
top
week.
10.
Play of the week. I'll go home, I'll edit it.
So
bring it back, rewind.
Here we got 30 seconds to go here, almost halftime, and at halftime you will get to see the Middle Creek marching band that you guys saw perform, do a sort of duet with the chorus for the national anthem before the game started. So you'll see our award-winning marching band come out at halftime. And what else are we going to see at halftime?
We're going to see a lot of homecoming things. We're going to, go for prom king and queen and
not prom.
Oh, well, homecoming. I'm sorry, homecoming king and queen and just everything with homecoming.
Yeah, it's just a great time of year.
Yeah.
The kick is off. It's received by number 4. I believe that's Clater. He's going to take, but he's going to be just and a fumble, and it's going to be recovered, picked up, and it's going to be a touchdown by Middle Creek. Wow.
That was number 14, Dejan Young, who returned that.
So, Green Hope just can't catch a break tonight. Fumbling it. They're deep in their own territory. And,
Byron the Heart set up that fumble.
And I think that may have been kind of a questionable fumble. I'm not sure. I couldn't see from my.
No, it was just too many people in that area.
But we don't have instant replay in high school, so you can't.
I wish
can't
we
challenge
did.
it. Well, I mean, we do, but the officials.
No.
The officials do not. With 20 seconds to go, Middle Creek has scored. Pending this extra point, and God, man, people are just jumping tonight.
And you know what? Green Hope's linemen are getting very frustrated, might I say.
Mm-hmm.
But you see them getting, very physical out there, and that's not going to help your team at all because you're going after certain people.
And it's just a chip shot for Huey now as it's moved up as close as they can get it. 20 seconds, and in a span of 30 seconds, Middle Creek has scored twice. So, they're dominant right now. Kick is almost blocked, but it's up and it's good. Putting the Mustangs up 33-0. Scoring 33 unanswered points right now in the first half.
And you know what? This is, it's a hard game for Green Hope. They're missing a lot of people.
And it's just out of their hands. It's not. They going into the season. You saw in the first 3 games they were not a bad team.
No.
They just kept catching bad break after bad break, and I sincerely, my wishes go out to them. Best wishes to Green Hope because it's a tough season for them.
It is, and I mean, you know what? At least they're not continuing that bad losing streak that they have going on.
Yeah, it was great to see them break that losing streak because you never like to see teams just go years without winning.
Yeah.
So yet another Millington's getting more action, kicking off. 20.4 seconds left to go in the first half, and it's been an exciting first half. If you're a Middle Creek fan, if you're a Green Hope fan, you're just hoping that they get something going here. Low line drive kick. Received by Hardigan at the 5-yard line. He's going to take it up, and he's going to blow past the Middle Creek defenders. Great return.
That was.
And he's going to take it out to the 38-yard line. And great field position, but, 12 seconds to go.
I'm wondering what Green Hope will do with these 12 seconds.
I would say a kneel. There's no reason to take.
I'd say pass. I mean, you know what? A turnover is really not going to hurt them unless it's returned.
I mean, you've already seen a couple trick plays from them before, so I mean, it's not like they're not afraid.
Maybe we'll see a flea flicker. I haven't seen that since I've played
Madden.
some Madden, but
that flea flicker takes a lot of execution.
A lot of time.
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to kneel it. They're out in the spread formation, so it looks like they will try the home run pass here with 12 seconds to go here. 1st and 10 on the 38-yard line for Green Hope. Nassif back. He's just going to take it up the middle. So not a kneel, but he's just going to run out the clock. QB sneak up the middle, and that's going to take us to halftime, folks. Thank you for joining us for the first half, and we're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back for some first half stats, and you will get to see all the homecoming festivities in just a minute. And welcome back. here. If you're joining us for halftime here, in the middle of the field you see the Middle Creek Marching Band getting ready to perform for halftime. So we're going to give it to them and enjoy.
The Student Government Association would like to welcome everyone to the 2011 Middle Creek High School Homecoming Celebration. Tonight's ceremonies will conclude a week's worth of Spirit Week activities. We had an exciting week here at Middle Creek. The SGA would like to thank the Middle Creek family of students, teachers, administrators, and parents for all their hard work putting all of the events together. We would especially like to thank the Middle Creek Marching Band for playing for us tonight. Now on with the halftime activities.
At Middle Creek, we have a homecoming court that consists of 6 representatives from each grade. 3 of the court members are male and 3 are female. These court members have been chosen and voted upon by their classes to represent them tonight. It is a huge honor to be recognized by your class. Out of this court, the student body then elected a homecoming prince and princess from each grade, and of course, the 2011 homecoming king and queen. Tonight, we are here to find out the results. We will announce each member of the court one nominee at a time. Each nominee is being escorted by another nominee from his or her grade.
And here are the former king and queen, Rachel Harry and Leon Hargrove.
Now, our first freshman homecoming candidates are Shannon Moore and Alex Johnson. Next we have Kylie Hodge and Diego Guerrero Rodriguez. And finally, Christy Sanchucci and Owen Hatcher.
And now our sophomore homecoming candidates. Our first pair is Maddie Stillwell and Drew Conway. Next up is Emily Hume and Noah Unger. And finally, Alondra Marcano and Timothy Sasser.
Our junior candidates are Kelsey Barbario and John Olson, Sarah Wilkins and Michael Bean, and Jamie Aguilar and Mitch Walker.
And now our senior homecoming candidates. Our first pair is Lauren Stillwell and Ginny Boyd. Next up
freshman princess is Christy Santucci.
And now for our sophomore class. The 2011 sophomore prince is Timothy Sasser. And the 2011 sophomore princess is Emily Hume.
Let's go, Prince Timmy!
Now for the junior class. The 2011 junior prince is Mitch Walker. And our 2011 junior princess is Sarah Wilkins.
And finally, for the homecoming king and queen of our senior class. The 2011 homecoming king is Blake Schnurr. And the 2011 homecoming queen is Katrina Bond.
Thank you so much for enjoying our homecoming celebration, and congratulations again to our court and our winners. Let's give one more round of applause to this year's court.
Again, congratulations to all our winners during halftime. And again, our Middle Creek Mighty Marching Band for their performances past Saturday at the Wakefield High School Heart of the Carolina contest. Again, the band took the following first place awards: drumline, general music, and marching and maneuvering, and second place in general effect. The Marching Mustangs received a superior rating and were first place band in Class 3A. The band also invites you to remain here after the game for their performance. Come celebrate with the Mustangs with the Mighty Marching Band after the game.
ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Halftime is winding down. I hope you enjoyed all the homecoming activities and the band performing. I'm going to kick it over to PJ. He's going to give a few first-half stats. PJ?
All right. For Green Hope, I mean, they only had 1 first down compared to the Mustangs, 9 first downs. So that's a significant increase for the Mustangs. Green Hope ran the ball 17 times for only 23 yards. It's not very good. Middle Creek ran it 20 times for 181 yards. That's amazing.
Yeah, Green Hope's offense is sputting a little bit, but I feel like they're going to get something going in the second half.
I'm pretty sure the coach had a nice talk with them.
Keep going, PJ.
And then, the big thing about this game is penalties. They've each had 5 penalties. Green Hope had 30 yards penalties, and Middle Creek had 55 yards for penalties.
That's what killed Middle Creek there in the first quarter.
No doubt. And Middle Creek sitting here at halftime with a 33-0 lead for those of you that are just joining us. And Middle Creek, it was score-wise, it was a pretty one-sided half, but Green Hope didn't play that badly. They just had a few bad breaks.
Yeah.
It's part of it was luck, and then part of it was just mental errors. Those penalties, they just set themselves up in bad field position. So it's just a matter of being more disciplined, being able to just control themselves at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
I think their biggest enemy in the first half was themselves, and it's a lot of the things that they were doing wrong was just, it wasn't necessarily things that, it was just mental errors.
Yeah, most definitely.
Saw the penalties they got flagged on. Each team had 5 penalties in there, and it was both for different yards, but still, it all kind of added up at the end.
And I think the reason that Middle Creek is winning by the margin that they are is just the way they've been able to blend the running and passing game and just work in harmony together. And it's been fun to watch them tonight. They've been moving the ball real well. And Salmon's passed, but he hasn't thrown a ton of passes tonight. He's only thrown
8.
Yeah, he's only
for 37 yards.
Yeah.
How many has he completed?
5.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
He is like 109 for 220 on the season. So
and, you look at the score, 33-0 right now, and Salmon's hasn't even broken 50 yards passing tonight. That goes to show how well balanced our offense is and how our special teams and defense have stepped up, because we've had a couple non-offensive touchdowns tonight.
Well, it was special teams and defense with those non-offensive touchdowns.
And looking around tonight, it's fun seeing a lot of old faces, a lot of seniors that graduated last year, and they're coming back and just mingling with everybody, and everybody's just having a good time. And it's just a great atmosphere tonight at homecoming. Just a fun atmosphere.
You've seen all the ones who have graduated last year that really made an impact on the Creek Crazies. Last year was our biggest student section I've ever seen. With all the seniors.
And you talk about the Creek Crazies, it's a big part. That they're the heart and soul of this Middle Creek, in general. You got the football team, and Anthony, you hit on it earlier about when Creek Crazies are hyped and when they're excited, it has a whole different vibe.
Yeah,
to the
it
game.
really does.
And they travel well. Like I've been in the stands for a few away games, and it makes me proud to go to Middle Creek to see how well that we travel as a student section. We saw Fuquay also was one of the best away student sections I've seen.
Yep.
So I think overall in the Tri-9, just great student participation, and that's awesome to see, because it just changes the whole vibe of the game.
And you know what? The farthest away game I've ever went to with the Creek Crazies was Lee County.
And it's over an hour away.
That is a long way away. We play games in Durham and like you said, in Lee County. We play all over the place, and our students follow the team wherever they go. It's great to see. As we get ready for the second half kickoff, Rayshawn King and Kevin Jones are deep to receive the kick for the Mustangs. And the second half is underway after a low bouncing kick
by Anthony Lawson.
Yeah, so
defensive back and wide receiver.
We haven't seen the there are 2 females on the team, and we haven't seen that. We've seen them out warming up and kicking, but we haven't seen them kicking the ball.
So they I guess that their specialty is field goals, and they just have a different guy taking kickoffs. But that ball went out of bounds, and that's gonna, like what happened with the Mustangs in the first half, it's gonna result in a penalty. So again, just a bad bounce is going to set Middle Creek up with decent field position at the 35-yard line. Nayland Lopez in the backfield. John Moore and Kevin Jones out to the right. Burston and Ray out to the left. And Sal Salvarez is in the game. And he's going to throw on first down. Complete to Jones. And he's going to go and he's going to break it. He's going to be very close to the first down. And, you look who's at quarterback, and the Creek Crazies are loving it right now.
And they are loving an A because he's a senior,
Yeah, it's nice to see. I think a lot of the senior Creek Crazies are happy to see their friend out there playing, and we'll have to see how well he does.
And they did get the first down on that one.
Absolutely. So it's fresh set of downs. Handoff up the middle to Nayland, who's going to go untouched. He's going to break a big gain, and he is stopped by number 20. Is that
23?
Oh, I thought it was Nassif.
Chris Duckworth.
So Duckworth might have saved a touchdown there because Nayland just ran right up the middle and was hardly even touched until Duckworth
he didn't even hit that burst of speed that he does have.
Mm-hmm.
If he was wide open in the open range, there was no catching him.
Yeah, we have a fast offense, as keeping with the same formation, dual wideouts, right and left, Nayland in the backfield. John Moore comes in motion. It's a pitch to John Moore, and he's going to take it for 5 or 6 yards, but he's...
Flag on the play.
Yeah, there is a flag on the play, so we'll have to see. Not quite sure what the call is, but...
Didn't see what there was there.
It looked like it may have been some sort of illegal motion by the Mustangs.
It could have been a false start.
False start by the Mustangs.
I think Kevin jumped. I think that's what is what I seen was Kevin jumping.
What I would like to see if you're going to do this little, going to bring a wide out in motion and pitch it to him, Kevin Jones I think would be the guy because being one of the fastest guys in the team.
Well, I know that John Moore has told me they've been working on stuff where they're pitching it to him and he's hitting Kevin Jones long.
Oh, like trick plays?
Yeah, so I'm really wanting to see something like that happen where John Moore throws the ball.
That would be really cool to see.
Like a wide receiver pass, like that's
like a
amazing.
Wildcat kind of.
It wouldn't be a wildcat.
Like what they just did, where they pitch it to John and he
rolls out,
gotcha.
And he hits Kevin across the field.
That would be something to break out. Maybe not in this game. If I were Crocker, I wouldn't break out such a
daring play.
Yeah. I would break that out against Athens next week because, Athens, they're one of the 4 teams tied for the Tri-9 and the Tri-9 lead. They play Fuquay tonight, actually, so whoever wins that game will put themselves in a position to take the lead in the Tri-9. But yeah, we have Athens next week, and that'll definitely be a tough game because they're a solid team this season. Salvarez in the shotgun again, and a bad snap, and he's going to sprint to fall on the ball.
And he does.
And he barely got there, and it's going to be
second and about 40.
It's going to be a long, long way for the Mustangs.
Man, I don't even know how long that's going to be. Second and 33.
So a long way to go.
And we've brought out our starting receivers and put in our backups.
So you've got
Rayshawn King back there.
Mm-hmm. So the whole, with the exception of the offensive line, the second team offense is in there for second and 33 for the Mustangs. Handoff to King up the middle. He's going to break a big run. Sheds one tackler, and he gets a huge gain on that play. It's going to be about a
15-yard gain, maybe.
Yeah, about a 15-yard gain. It was a great play by Rayshawn King. And, he's a backup, but he's not.
He doesn't play like it.
He's not. Doesn't mean he's bad. I mean, it just means that we're deep at running back.
We're really deep at running back, all the way down the 5th string.
Yeah,
we're deep.
So Tim Bucky, one of our guys lower on the running back depth chart, he was looking good in warm-ups before the game. 9:26 to play in the third quarter. Second team offense out in the field for the Mustangs as they're up 33-0. Savarese takes the snap. Pressure by Greenhope, but Rayshawn King takes the screen pass and breaks up the middle, breaks a few tackles, and he's going to be finally taken down.
At least he got back down to the first
the original line of scrimmage.
The original line of scrimmage.
So that's going to bring out the punting unit. Excuse me,
I don't know what they're doing. They're bringing in the starters.
It's 4th and 10 right now, and they're putting in Burston, Quentin Ray. Yeah, they are. They're bringing in Curtis Burston, Quentin Ray, John Moore, and Kevin Jones, all the starting wide receivers. Rayshawn King is staying in there at running back, but at 4th and 10, they're going for it.
That's a gutsy call.
It is a gutsy call, but they have the talent to do it.
Oh, definitely.
8:35 left to play here. Takes the snap, looking for an open man, gets Jones, who's going to take the screen pass, and he's just wrapped up.
And he held on to his leg tight.
That was number 23 again,
Duckworth.
Chris Duckworth. Does another? He had another shoestring tackle there. He locked down Nayland Lopez a few plays ago, and here again he saves a big play because Kevin Jones would have taken that for pretty close.
Probably into the end zone. He had the blocks.
He did have the blocks.
It was just the guy that was covering him that grabbed him.
It's going to be a turnover on downs as the Mustangs do not convert on 4th down. And Greenhope's offense is going to come out on the field for the first time in the second half. John Nassif is going to be back at quarterback. We saw Hardigan, number 5. He got a little playing time in the first half, but when they put him at quarterback, they just ran QB sneaks every play, and that went nowhere. So they've gone back to having Nassif back there and trying to get something going. And they struggled a little bit in the first half, but they got to catch a big. I'm sure the coaches sat down and had a talk with them in the locker room.
Oh, definitely.
So handoff up the middle. That's Williams again, and he's going to get stuffed, maybe a yard or two. But again, just solid defense, solid run defense by the Mustangs. They've really stepped up. You saw we played against teams like Cary and Fuquay, racked up a lot of yards on the ground against our defense, and I think they've really dialed it in and used those as good learning experiences.
Well, and then you got to put it into this perspective that, excuse me, their big man on offense is out. So that could be why they're not getting everything out there.
No doubt. Nassif's pass is complete to number 6, Shanim Patel, and that is going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Falcons. So the Falcons are moving the ball really well right now. 3rd and 4. Nassif is getting in the groove. He completed a pass right now. They're switching up the run and the air attack. 7:16 left to go here, and Greenhope, the only thing on their mind right now is just get in that end zone.
And that's what they need to do. I mean, they have been doing a really good job moving the ball.
Another handoff up the middle. Looks like it was Williams again, and it is going to be short, but it is 4th and only a couple yards. And the way Greenhope's been playing tonight, I don't even know if they're going to bother bringing on the punting unit because they probably would fake it anyways on 4th and short.
Pretty sure they would. And it looks to me as they're probably going to do a quarterback sneak. I'm going with that.
Nassif is staying on their offense is staying on the field. 4th and 1. It's the smart call by Coach Dixon for the Falcons. 6.5 minutes to go here. Crucial 4th down.
I'm really interested to see if Middle Creek blitzes everybody, leaves the wide receivers open, and they just throw a nice little short pass. That would be something that would be good for Greenhope.
And they're going to run it again, and it's going to go to number 9. He breaks a tackle, and he makes it to the outside. He is clobbered by number 8, Brian Brodney, who comes up. He's a cornerback. He came from the cornerback slot to wrap up number 9, Marcus Williams.
Short.
And it is going to be short. Excellent stop by the Middle Creek defense. And, although they did stop him, Greenhope impressed me on that drive. I liked the way they played. And I think that's good. Shows good things to come in the second half for the Falcons. That was a good indication of what they can do, I think.
Yeah, it seems like their offense, is flowing a little bit better than it did in the first half. It seems like they're just having more confidence in themselves.
No doubt. And Savarese is still in the game, but the first team wide receivers are in. And bobbled handoff by the Mustangs, and Oh, and the Green Hope Falcons are going to pick it up, recover the fumble. Somehow, it was a botched handoff from Savarese to Nayland Lopez, and somehow it just bounced around out there, and Green Hope was able to pick it up. That was number 51, Brandon Glover, for them. He picked it up and ran a little bit with it. So just as that, Green Hope has the ball again, and the 2 turnovers we've had, or the Mustangs have been on fumbles. So,
I mean, at least they're not throwing interceptions.
That's true. But, fumble, it still gives the ball back to him. It's the same result. And so Green Hope offense is going to come back again with 5:59 left to play in the third quarter, looking to score here. Quarterback keeper, and Nassif is going to take it to the outside, but he only gets 1 yard on the play. And for those of you watching at home, you might notice that a lot of the Middle Creek players have pink socks, pink wristbands, a lot of pink on, and that's because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so they're honoring the cause. And I believe in 2 weeks against Holly Springs, the Creek Crazies are having a pink out in honor of breast cancer awareness. So everybody really pitches in and really goes all out for this month. That's great to see.
And I think the Creek Crazies walk around and collect donations.
I believe they do, yes.
So I know last year they were, the Pray for Ray campaign, which is very big.
All right, so 2nd and 9, 5:15 left to play in the third quarter. Quarterback keeper, that's number 5, Hardigan, but he, again, when they had him in quarterback for one series in the first half and they just ran a lot of quarterback keepers, he struggled a lot, and they just couldn't get much going. And so it was that same look, having Hardigan taking the direct snap and running it right up the middle, and they didn't get anywhere. 3rd and 9 with 4:48 left to play.
Now, if you look at the sideline, you have Keith Blazer, our center, snapping the ball to Sal Savarese, long snapping. So I guess what it is it's really just helping them both out to get the communication level up.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a couple bad snaps by Green Hope, so you just don't want to make those bad snaps and those mental errors. Hardigan is still in at quarterback. He's going to run it again, taking it to the outside, but the play is dead. Most likely a false start or encroachment by Middle Creek. I didn't quite see who it was on.
Neither did I.
Encroachment on Middle Creek, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 4. And, I mean, there's been so many penalties in this game by both teams.
It's just not helping either one of them out. I mean, again, in the carry game, they just had error after error by both teams, and, it's mental mistakes. It's just, that's the thing that's going to cost the game.
Middle Creek's just not doing themselves any favors right now. I mean, a lot of the yards that Green Hope has gotten this half has been on penalty yards. So they're going to have to, I mean, they have a huge lead, but you can by no means get complacent. You can't just make silly mistakes. You
can't let up your guard.
Exactly. You got to grind it out to the time runs out. So handoff up the middle again, and
Duncan Cameron on the tackle.
Big Duncan Cameron. I think he's the biggest, one of the biggest guys on the team.
He weighs 345.
Yeah, he's a big dude, anchoring that line. And 4th and 4, offense stays in the field. This is at this point in the game, it's 4-down territory for Green Hope, and if they convert here, I think they're gonna. I mean, what I would like to see out of them is some more deep or medium range passing, because
it doesn't seem like they can get a push on their offensive line very much. So I mean, they got to go passing. I mean, their running game's not doing anything for them.
Yeah, I mean, they are where they are right now, a lot because of. I mean, not to take away from what Green Hope's done, but just on this particular series, Middle Creek's mistakes have helped them a lot. So, again, their running game has struggled a little bit on this series. So, trying to throw the deep ball. You're down by 33. You got to score, and you got to score quickly.
Yeah, that most definitely. And I honestly feel like Green Hope will capitalize on this drive if they do get this 4th down conversion.
So we've got 3.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Middle Creek still with the big 33-0 lead, but Green Hope is driving. They've got the ball on the Middle Creek 44-yard line. So in Middle Creek territory, 4th and 4, and Green Hope's offense is going to stay out there because we've seen 2 fake punts by them already, so there's no point in trying to bluff it at this point in the game. And we're going to see John Nassif come out and replace Hardigan at quarterback. So we're going to see a throw here on this play.
Oh, yeah.
Because Hardigan hasn't thrown much tonight, but Nassif has had his fair share of throws. And Middle Creek's going to blitz Justin Weinberg off the side. He's going to come out. Justin Weinberg's going to come off the edge and pressures Nassif into making a poor throw.
And that was good coverage by Weinberg. Excuse me.
So that's going to turn it over on downs, giving it to Middle Creek as their offense trots out onto the field again. Sal Savarese leading the team in the second half here, getting some playing time. And Corey Wright's going to be in the backfield. You still got Crocker still keeping the first team wide receivers out there. So still plenty of potential out there to score by this Middle Creek offense. Corey Wright's lined up to the left of Savarese. He's in the shotgun, handoff to Corey Wright up the middle, who breaks a couple tackles, but then hits a wall of Green Hope defenders. So he gets a yard on the play. So that's, for the most part, I think the running game has been solid for Middle Creek tonight. They've gotten a lot of positive plays on the ground, and they've really established themselves.
We haven't had much of a passing game, and we're definitely developing our run game more as we go along.
Which is unusual for the Middle Creek offense.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Jones in motion, pitch to Jones, and he's going to get just taken down, and it's going to be a horse collar tackle on Green Hope. You can't. Oh, my guess is that it was a horse collar tackle.
Yep. Looks like it was.
Yep. It was a horse collar on Green Hope, so I believe that's going to give us the first down.
Yeah, and more. That's about a 20-yard penalty.
I don't think there's 20-yard penalty. I think it's going to be about 15.
I'm pretty sure it's about a 20-yard penalty.
Yeah. It's a long penalty, no doubt.
And there's just more costly errors for this team. I mean, they've been doing it all night, and it seems like they just don't want to learn from it. Just they keep doing it.
So the first string wideouts are going to come off the field. Middle Creek still up 33-0. Nobody has scored in the second half here after the crazy finish to the first half, where Middle Creek scored twice within 30 seconds. 2:49 left to go here in the third quarter. First and down following the horse collar tackle by Green Hope. Savarese still in the shotgun. Corey Wright out to his left. Green Hope looking to maybe blitz a little bit. And a handoff to Wright, who goes nowhere.
And Middle Creek has brought in their backup everything pretty much. We have the backup offensive line, backup receivers. The only one that's original is our center, Keith Blazer, and running back. And we're just bringing in Rashawn King now. So.
And you mentioned Keith Blazer, our center, being in there, and that's the one part of the offensive line you don't ever take out of the game because, when you're in the shotgun, those snaps are essential, as we've seen with Green Hope and some of the poor snaps tonight. Savarese takes a snap, looking for an open man, and is looking for James Peterkin over the middle for a short screen, but just cannot connect with his man, bringing up third down. So I think we're going to see try and take a little bit of a chance. No Hail Mary, but they got to get some,
at least
get a lot of yardage. Yeah, it's 3rd and 10 here.
And
less than 2 minutes to play.
Sal has to put that play behind him.
I mean, that was one of his first mistakes of the night. So, takes the snap, handoff to Lopez up the middle, who's going to break a big game, but it's only about 7 or 8 yards, and he's not going to get the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down, and we'll see.
You think we can make a field goal from here?
No, that's way too far. No. But Savarese is going to stay on the field.
I told you, I like these gutsy plays.
4th and 5, the starting wideouts come back in. So, gotta go the air here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we could make it on the ground, but the air is probably the most safest path for the first down as of right now.
Our offense is capable of
big plays.
Getting big plays through the air. That's what our offense is built on. Trips left, Kevin Jones out to the right by himself. Handoff to Lopez, actually, who's going to go around the edge, and he's going to break a couple tackles, and he's going to get the first down. So,
our offense is capable of much.
Yeah, we were looking for pass, and Lopez breaks it out, and he didn't just mosey on over for that first down.
No, he went
cut
straight.
back.
He went straight for that first down marker. If you looked at the way he ran,
and he had to cut back and break a few tackles, and really work for that first down. So with a fresh set of downs here, minute and 3 seconds to go in the third quarter. And Rayshawn King is in the backfield now for the Mustangs. Handoff to Rayshawn King, who goes out to the edge, break a couple tackles, and he's got some good blocks. And he's still going. He's still going. And he takes it out to the 10-yard line.
He threw that guy off of him. He literally threw him off of him, if you've seen the way that happened.
Yeah, I thought he was about to go down, but
I did too.
He just shook off that defender like he was nothing. And
it's that strong upper body is really what it is.
He's just an amazing story, this past, year of his life. He's just had, an unforgettable story for his life.
No doubt. And we talk about him being kind of a shifty back, but he showed his power.
Oh, yeah.
On that play.
He really showed his power on that play.
The original 4 wideouts are still in. Handoff to King up the middle, who powers his way for a couple yards. And the clock is winding down. There's less than 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Nobody has scored in this quarter, although Middle Creek is knocking on the door and maintaining their 33-0 lead. King is going to trot off the field and change places with Corey Wright.
No, Andrew Gardner.
Oh, it's Andrew Gardner. No, that's
Andrew Gardner, 34.
34, excuse me. Andrew Gardner, who we have not seen any of this season, is going to run, and he's going to get close to the first down marker. So, we haven't seen any of Gardner
at all this season.
He's going to be the 5th guy that one of our quarterbacks is going to hand off to.
I guess we do have more than 4 running backs.
Yeah, we have Nayland Lopez, Devon Johnson, Rayshawn King, Corey Wright, and Andrew Gardner, who you saw right there. All 5 of those guys have taken handoffs in this game, which, depth at his finest.
Oh, yeah. And, they're all fast.
They are.
All of them are shifty, except for Devon Johnson. I wouldn't call him shifty. I'd call him power. I'd really call him power.
He's our power back, no doubt. And even the shifty ones like Ray, you saw he's got the power to shrug off defenders and, just an all-around solid backfield for the Mustangs. So teams are going to switch sides at the beginning of the fourth and final quarter. Middle Creek still holding a 33-0 lead. They've just dominated this whole game, But you talk about Green Hope, it's just, again, it's out of their hands the way their quarterback situation is. And just they've played real well tonight. I've been impressed by how they've been able to overcome adversity.
I really wouldn't, honestly. Green Hope shouldn't blame themselves if they do lose tonight. There is 12 minutes. They can come back. It would be, it would be insane for them to come back. But if they do lose, they cannot blame themselves for this loss. They have a lot of injuries that are going on right now. It's not their fault.
Yeah,
it's not something you can handle.
A lot of it is just bad luck. But you got to play through it, and you're still putting 11 men on the field each down.
Yep.
And they still got to play. Everybody, all 22 players are converging around the refs. Not quite sure what's going on.
I have no idea what's going on.
I've never seen that.
So as they break apart, we get ready to start the fourth quarter. 3rd and 4 for the Mustangs. 4 yards away from getting in the end zone. I believe Gardner is still in the backfield. And he's going to get the handoff up the middle, and he's going to almost score. He's going to get to the 1 yard line.
And he's fast.
He's a fast guy.
He's short, too. It's just kind of hard to tackle.
It's kind of like a Darren Sproles in a way. Short, fast guy.
I was just about to say that.
Just because you're small doesn't mean you can't succeed. You saw Chris Hubert last year playing wide receiver for the Mustangs. He was smaller than your average wide receiver, but he was one of Garrett Latham's favorite targets.
And he returned our punts.
Yeah. So it's going to be flags.
That was a false start on John Moore, I'm guessing.
And, we've seen our fair share of flags tonight, false start on the Mustangs in that situation. But 11:41 here to go as we just started the fourth quarter. Mustangs still leading by 33-0, looking to score here.
And it looks like we have our backup wideouts in again.
Yeah, they just took Moore and crew out. So handoff to Gardner again up the middle. Who's going to get a couple. And he's just pushed back.
That's
again.
a lot of people coming at you.
So, that's going to bring up second down.
2nd and 4.
So, still, Gardner's a fast guy, but situations down when you're in the red zone and you're in the short yardage situation where Devon Johnson is sometimes more useful, and you've got a power back like that. But see what Gardner's able to do. He breaks it around the outside, stumbles, but he's going to break it, and he's brought down at the 1 yard line again.
That was a hard tackle. I mean, you seen the way he got hit. I would not like to take a hit like that.
I thought he was about to get the touchdown, but Greenhope did a good job of stopping him short. So that's going to bring up, third and 1.
No, 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
You only got 1 yard on that play.
All right. Excuse me on that. So Gardner's still in the backfield. And Savarese is looking to the sideline for the play. 3rd and 3 to go. 3 yards away from tasting that end zone.
Do you think they're going to pass it?
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I think they're going to run it again. I think you run it, and then Sal Savarese in the quarterback keeper, and he's going to walk into the end zone.
There it is.
He faked the handoff to Gardner, and he went untouched into the end zone.
And you know what? This is really giving him, a lot of experience right now. And then, on top of that, his last homecoming game he'll ever play, and he went ahead and scored. So this is a good experience for him.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's a great experience for Sal as the Mustangs go up 39-0.
And
there's a penalty on the play, so that's going to negate the touchdown. So it's still 33-0 Mustangs, and just a mental error by the Mustangs, a holding call.
I really wonder who was holding.
So now they're going to push it back. It's going to be 3rd and 14.
Looks like Greenhope just caught a break for them right there.
Yeah, so they're going to pass in this situation.
Oh,
I have no doubt. Gardner's still the running back. Savarese takes the snap, fakes the handoff, hits number 11, Demetrius Wilkins, but he's not going to get the touchdown. That's going to bring up 4th down and about 5 or 6, yeah, with 9:50 to go here. And the field goal unit, looking to increase the Mustang lead to 36-0.
And you know what? Even though he didn't get that touchdown because of the holding call, that's still, I'd still say I scored a touchdown on my homecoming game.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah. It was just mental errors, man. That kills you. And the kick is up, and it's good. So that's going to put the Mustangs up by 3 more points, 36-0, with 9:21 left to go in the game. And Greenhope's going to get the ball back. Got to do something with it.
So, I'm really looking forward to Greenhope scoring, As much as a Middle Creek fan I am, I really want Greenhope to get in the end zone.
You just hate to see what happened to them this season. It's just an unfortunate events that just occurred for them in the first, couple games. ACL tears and, just other injuries like that.
That's probably the biggest injury they had. Well, the 2 biggest injuries was the collarbone and the torn ACL. So, it's hard for them to get past that, but it'll also do them some good,
Yeah, Millington will be kicking for the Mustangs.
As, Matt Millington comes out with the special teams, and our special teams has really shown up to play this week, returning kicks for touchdowns and not letting them get any yards whatsoever on kick returns.
Good all-around performance by the Mustangs, offense, defense, and special teams. With 9:21 left to go, Millington kicks the ball, and it is a deep kick down to the 9-yard line. And it's going to be returned by Hardigan, and he's going to get knocked hard.
Rayshawn King.
Yeah, you see Ray getting the big hits on special teams,
He's just everywhere tonight. Offense, special teams, making tackles,
Just a great all-around player.
And I think he took out 2 players with that tackle. So,
yeah, he's no pushover, that's for
Oh,
sure.
definitely not. So
Green Hope's going to get the ball back, and they've got a long field ahead of them. And Hardigan's going to come out, and the theme this game with Hardigan has been he's run it every time he's played quarterback, but we'll see. He's going to hand it off to Williams, who's going to take it up the middle, breaks a big gain, and we finally see a nice gain by Williams, 8 or 9 yard play, and
Jackson Ryder, no? Who was on that tackle?
I didn't see who was on that tackle.
No, there's just a big group of football players.
So Hardigan is going to stay in the game at quarterback.
And, I'm pretty sure Middle Creek defense is starting to pick up that since Hardigan's out there so much that every time he's out there he runs, so they're probably going to start watching him.
And he's going to hand it off again to Williams up the middle, but Williams is stuffed this time. In the back fumble, and it is recovered by number 38 for the Mustangs.
Thomas Hartshorn.
And Hartshorn next to Curtis Burson. They're the only 2 sophomores on varsity, so excellent play by the defense to force the fumble. And it's another turnover in this game. I believe that's the 3rd or 4th turnover overall by both teams. So, we've had a lot of penalties, a few turnovers, and it's a lot of mental mistakes,
Yeah.
We've used that phrase a lot, like mental mistakes, but it just keeps coming up a lot.
And there's no other excuse for it. It's all mental mistakes.
It's just being disciplined and just great performance by the Middle Creek defense tonight.
And we're coming out with 2 backs right now.
Yeah, you got Gardner and Corey Wright in the backfield flanking Sal. And it's going to be a handoff to Corey Wright, who's going to take it up the middle. Runs into his own line, breaks a few tackles, but he is pulled down.
And it looked like he was still going when he pulled down. I honestly think if he didn't get hit from the side, he probably would have dragged that guy another 5-6 yards.
That was Terry Whitehead on the tackle. We've said his name a few times. He's been in on a couple pass breakups, been in on some tackles. He's been just an all-around great player for the Falcons defense tonight. Still 2-back set, flanking Savarese. Handoff to Gardner up the middle. He's a fast guy. He's going to break it down to the 19-yard line. So where Gardner's going to shine is in the middle of the field where he has some room to work and where he can break those. I mean, you saw
he's fast.
He got point to point very quickly. He's a fast guy. And just under 8 minutes to go here in this game. Probably going to see a lot of running from the Mustangs here as it hand off to Gardner, who tries to break it to the outside, but he is taken down by the number 51.
Took his helmet off on that one.
Brandon Glover was on the tackle, and good job keying in on the run and play, and good job by the Glover to stop the Middle Creek running game.
I haven't seen Sal pass that much. I mean, I don't know why that's...
Now they're going to
run the clock down. They already have a comfortable lead. They're not going to run up the score.
I think they're going to run it on this play and maybe go for the pass, depending on how much they get on this play. Still, we got Gardner and King flank.
No, it's Wright and King.
Excuse me. Took Gardner out and replaced him with Rayshawn King, who's going to run it, and he's getting nowhere. So it's going to bring up about 3rd and 20. So my guess is that they're going to pass it here.
Oh, I'm hoping they pass it here, because you're not going to get anywhere with a run on 3rd and 20.
And even if you try to get in field goal range, it's still going to be a long field goal, even if you get 10 yards.
That's a hard field goal to make. You can't really depend on the kicker to make a field goal like that.
Yeah, not in high school.
Yeah, 3rd and 21, 6:40 to go here. Savarese under shotgun, and Rayshawn King's was the single back, and there's gonna be more penalties. Another someone's starting early, and it's gonna be Middle Creek moving it back. So it's gonna bring up 3rd and 26, following the false start by Middle Creek. So I would say this is a passing situation.
Yeah, you can't even get into field goal range or rush unless you got everybody out there blocking, knocking people down.
Got Rayshawn King's in the backfield to the right of Savarese. He's going to drop back looking, and he's going to be sacked. Something's going on. because the whistle blew before Savarese was even down.
And you know what is I'm kind of concerned about is that the refs blowing the whistle, but they're still hitting them.
Should have called a late hit.
Savarese, he was still up.
He was still
going when the whistle blew. That was, I don't know if he would have broke it, but that was a weird call by the refs.
But then again, you shouldn't be hitting somebody after the whistle's blown.
5:50 to go, and it's going to be 4th and 34.
Are they going for it? Where's our kicker?
I don't know where our punter is. Nobody's. Oh
man.
Millington is finally jogging onto the field after some confusion.
There is a lot of confusion. We're missing
they're
two
gonna
players.
They're going to have to call a timeout. It's 2 seconds left on this play clock,
No.
and they barely.
Oh, I think they got it.
They barely got the timeout off. So as the play clock was ticking down, and it was just too much confusion on the plays. Our punter wasn't out there.
Crocker's not. I think it was a timeout. No.
Timeout.
Yeah, we called a timeout because they just couldn't get it together because Millington wasn't out there. We had another guy that.
Dejon Young. I'm sorry, going off his Twitter name on that one.
I think we only had 9 players on the field because we had Millington and another. It's number 14.
Dejon
Young. They both jogged onto the field, and there was just some confusion on that play by the Mustangs. It's 4th and 34, and they're looking to get a good punt by Millington, pin them deep in their own territory. With 5:23 left to play in the game,
there's a lot of Middle Creek players aren't even paying attention. I don't know what's going on.
You can't get ahead of yourself.
They are ahead of themselves. They're sitting around talking, having a good time. You're still in the game.
You got 5 minutes and 23 seconds left of football, and you can't get complacent at all. I mean, doesn't matter how big your lead is. Don't embarrass yourselves in the last 5 minutes by
making errors.
By getting too confident.
Yeah, you can't take things too lightly here. I mean, you got a 36-0 lead, but still, I mean, can't take things anything lightly.
Millington back ready to punt, and number 8 looks like Chris Rogers is back to receive it.
Long punt.
Excuse me, it's 82, and it's
Chalker, right?
I believe it is Chalker. And punt is down at the 11-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and 10. Green Hope pinned back at their own 11-yard line.
That was a good punt.
That was a great punt.
I mean, Millington coming from the soccer field, he's got a great leg.
Yeah, Crocker always recruits soccer players to come in and
every year he recruits a senior. and then we get a new kicker each year. I think Huey was the only one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Huey split time last year with Chad Gunton, and before that it was Matt Frangello, who was he was one of the best kickers I've seen in high school football.
Didn't he go to school for football?
No, he's at Wofford playing soccer.
Okay.
I think he's on scholarship, but he's playing soccer there. And number 5 for Green Hope's going to be back, and he's at quarterback, and he's going to take it around the edge. That's Hardigan again. And they're putting Hardigan back at quarterback, and they haven't deviated from just getting him to run it whenever he's at quarterback. I mean, it hasn't been successful. It hasn't been a successful tactic for them this game, but they've stuck with it, which is an interesting call by Green Hope because,
I mean, you got 4 minutes and about 40 seconds left on the clock. You want to score. I mean, you don't want to go out like that.
I mean, if you want to get on the board, I don't know if that's quite the way to do it. Hardigan's going to pass for the first time tonight, complete to number 32,
and
Brian Hun, but he is hit immediately, and I think he's made
Matt Verderosa.
$4:19 left to play. 3rd and 11 for Green Hope after the completed screen pass, but it was completed for a loss. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 11. Hardigan is still at quarterback.
I really wonder what the Creek Crazies were just chanting. I really couldn't catch.
I heard it. I'll tell you in a second. But it's going to be quarterback keeper by Hardigan, who's going to have all room to run, and he's going to get he is gone. He's going to finally get pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line by Corey Wright. But the Mustangs went right, and he went around. The Mustangs' left side was totally exposed. It was totally exposed. and he just exploited that hole.
Yeah, that's something that the Green Hope offense really needed.
Yeah, I mean, I was criticizing them a minute ago for keeping Hardigan in there, but you break I guess that's what they were looking for, to finally break that big run, and I guess all it takes is one big run, and now they're down in Middle Creek territory with some momentum. 3:45 left to play. Fresh set of downs. Hardigan still at quarterback. Hands off up the middle to Williams, who's gonna churn forward for about 7 yards. Solid game.
They do have that, like they kind of remind me of Carey.
They're getting some momentum here.
Definitely. So was there a penalty? No timeout, nothing. Just looking on the sideline for the play, I'm guessing.
Hardigan's just getting the play from the sidelines at 2nd and 5. Clock is ticking down. 3:14 left to play in this game. Middle Creek leading 36-0, but Green Hope is driving, trying to score on this drive. Handoff to Williams, who is just taken down by Corey Wright.
Wow.
Who one of our
running backs.
He's filling in for Daquan Stewart at safety, and he comes up to make a tackle. And Green Hope's gonna lose yards in the play.
And you know what? He came all the way back from the safety position.
He's playing a similar role to what Daquan did, where he plays close to the line on a lot of plays, and he gets in on a lot of tackles.
Which I guess that's good, Yeah, and it's even better because I never even knew that he could play safety.
Yeah, he's filling in well for Daquan tonight. As Hardigan's going to take the snap, run the option, pitches it to Williams, and it was a beautifully executed option. And it's going to bring up 4th and 5, I believe. So it was a well-executed option, but it still did not get the first down. No question that the offense is going to stay on the field for Green Hope. Got down by this much. Time is ticking down. 2:05 to go here. Williams in the backfield. Single receivers out left and right. Hardigan's going to hand it off to Williams, who takes it up the middle and gets a couple yards, but he's not going to get the first down. So it's going to be turnover on downs again. Middle Creek ball, minute 51 to go here, and all Middle Creek has to do is run out the clock, and they will have this one all wrapped up tonight.
And it looks to me that Keith Blazer, our center, isn't even in right now.
Did they sub him out?
Yeah, they did with 61.
That's James Buchanan, and I saw him warming up before the game.
Andrew Buchanan.
Oh, Andrew, excuse me. So Savarese is back at quarterback. I believe Tim Bucky is in at running back. He's going to take the handoff, but he's just gobbled up in the backfield. Loss of 3 yards on the play. So you see Bucky, the 6th guy to take a handoff tonight.
We really have depth in the running back.
We've reached the bottom of our depth chart.
Pretty much.
For running backs. Bucky is the last running back that we had not given the ball to tonight, and I would expect him to stick in the game for the majority of the minute 15 that we have left.
Yeah, I really want to see Savarese complete some more passes.
I mean, Crocker's most likely going to play conservative and just run out the clock here. 2nd and 12. Hand off to Bucky up the middle, who's going to not even going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. He's going to get maybe a yard on the play, but time is winding down. Under 50 seconds to go. The clock is running, and all the offense has to do is run it.
And Middle Creek, all you can ask for really is just having so much depth at them every position, which is what Middle Creek really has. I mean, you can't really ask for anything else more than just that.
Especially running back, there 6 guys to take handoffs tonight. That's just impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Play clock winds down to under 10, and the game clock is at 20 under 20 seconds. As Savarese is going to have a quarterback keeper.
It looks like he almost broke that too.
And he's going to run up the clock.
Somebody hurt for Green Hope? Nope.
And as the clock runs down, and looks like the game is now over.
And as the time winds out, Middle Creek pulls out the 36-0 win over Green Hope. And we're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, the marching band is actually going to perform again. welcome back. Middle Creek has just won 36-0 over Green Hope, and Middle Creek's offense just looks solid all game. Their defense stepped up and had a great game, but Green Hope has had some QB troubles this year, and a lot of injuries, and they've struggled a lot. I mean, mainly because of the injuries, and it's just an unfortunate season for them. But they played real well tonight, and they got some stuff going, but it just unfortunately was not enough. They could not get any points on the board, but I don't think the score reflects how Green Hope played. I think they played well enough where they should have scored a couple times, but just some unlucky breaks in the game. But I'm going to throw it over to PJ, who's got the final game stats for you.
All right, the biggest difference, I think, was the first down difference. I mean, Green Hope only had 1 first down compared to the Mustangs' 9. I mean, Green Hope ran the ball 17 times for only 23 rushing yards. Excuse me. Middle Creek ran it 20 times for 181 yards. The receptions, I mean, Green Hope only caught 3 passes for 10 yards. And, Middle Creek caught 5 for 37. So, I mean, it's not really like a big difference there. The quarterback from Middle Creek threw 2 touchdowns. And, third down conversions were big, too. I mean, most teams didn't really get that. I mean, Green Hope only had 1 third down conversion for 12 yards, and Middle Creek only had 2 for 6. So, I mean, both teams didn't really do well in the third down conversions. But as we said, with the depth in the running back, I mean, Middle Creek used 6 running backs for that. Andrew Gardner had 1 rush for 60 yards. And, Rayshawn King got his share of rushes for, 3 rushes for about, 20 yards. And, there was just the depth at the running back position that was just so big for Middle Creek in that game, which really helped them out.
The biggest thing was the fumbles. The fumbles really ruined a lot. Middle Creek themselves turned over the ball 3 times with fumbles. No interceptions on the day, but then the one fumble that happened in the red zone where Middle Creek ran it in for a touchdown really helped the Middle Creek offense out, or the Middle Creek special teams out right there.
I mean, Middle Creek won by a pretty large margin, but you look at the penalties and the turnovers. I mean, mental mistakes, by no means was this a perfect game for Middle Creek. They have a lot of room to improve if they want to go deep in the playoffs. Next week, we're at Athens Drive. They played Fuquay tonight, and it's a big game tonight and over at Fuquay. And that's going to be it for us. I'm Matt Kimball, and for Anthony Reichman and PJ, I thank you guys for watching, and we're going to give it to the band again so you guys can enjoy their music, and we will see you guys again next time.